Hey guys, Jeb Brooks, greenergrass.com. Thanks so much for taking some time to watch this video. It's a trip report, but it's not a typical trip report because I wasn't flying a typical airline. I was flying Air Azores from Boston to Ponta Delgada, which is on the island of São Miguel in the island archipelago of the Azores, which belongs to Portugal. So I'm 4 hours and 10 minutes from Boston and maybe another 2 or 3 hours from Portugal, and this place is so beautiful. At the end of the video I'm going to show you why it's worth flying Air Azores, because this is such a spectacular place. Good news, there's a little bit more competition coming. Delta is going to begin offering service out of JFK later this year, so you'll have some choice when it comes to how to get here. Right now you really don't. If you're coming from Europe, you can fly with Ryanair or TAP, or Air Azores. Now, my experience on this 4 hour and 10 minute flight was not that great. I would say the service is unpolished. I would say the plane, although I'm an AvGeek, so I really liked flying on an A310, but it certainly wasn't what I would call new by any stretch. It's been around a while and perhaps seen better days. But let me know in the comments, after you see the video, and I share some footage at the end with of the Azores, let me know, is it worth it? I mean, I think it is, because this is such a beautiful place. But leave me a comment, let me know. Hey, let's check out that cabin.
Boarding was in Boston's E terminal, along with most all of the other international flights flying out of Boston. Now, ours was delayed by about 20 minutes, I think mostly because Ponta Delgada's airport opens at 6 a.m. The winds were in our favor and we would have landed too early. The delay wasn't too bad, though. Once we boarded, I had a view of the A310. I took this picture and was immediately yelled at by a ground crew member saying that there were no pictures allowed. This really got me spooked for the rest of the flight, so I did my best. As I said, it was very difficult to take pictures inside the cabin, so I had to be very secretive about it. You can see it's pretty old. It's seen its best days, I think, in the past. It feels like a first-class cabin from a long time ago, but there was plenty of legroom. The amenities were lacking. The pillow and blanket were not that different than something you'd see on a regional carrier in the US. I don't know what was going on with our armrest. It was kind of weird. And of course there was an ashtray, just in case. Here's the amenity kit. Now, I recorded this in the hotel after I got to the Azores. I just figured taking video of the amenity kit might be a little aggressive on the plane. Just before the meal, we were handed packages that contained refreshing towels. Unfortunately, there was no way to open them without stabbing them with pens. Thankfully, we got in. They were very nice. Again, another shot of the cabin. You'll see the in-flight entertainment involved a television screen at the front of the cabin, which never turned on. There was plenty of overhead space for our luggage, which we carried on, in part because the cabin wasn't quite full. There were 11 of the 18 seats filled. Again, the ashtray. Now, mine was kind of filled with something that could have been ashes. I'm not sure. The meal was fine. It wasn't anything special, although those green things, maybe zucchinis, were inedible. It's chicken. I was kind of struck that the flight attendant didn't unwrap the salad or the dessert. Shortly after takeoff, that curtain was closed. It provided some privacy for the cabin crew, who spent most of the flight back behind it. A quick glance out the window. That's the strobe light on the end of the wing. It flashed inside the cabin the entire flight. First time I've ever experienced that. Here's one last view of that A310. Really, it was an amazing flight. Despite the unpolished service, really enjoyed the chance to fly a 25-year-old A310. There aren't that many flying anymore in the world. This one started its service with the Ivory Coast-based Air Azores and is probably going to be retired sometime very soon with SATA.
This is why you fly Air Azores. It was a tough experience. Service left a lot to be desired. The airplane was pretty ancient, although I like that. The Azores are incredible. There's more to explore, and thank you to Air Azores for getting us here on that A310. But I really believe this is an incredible place that's worth adding to your list of travel destinations. This is why you fly Air Azores. This is why you fly Air Azores. This is why you fly Air Azores. Thank you for flying Air Azores. This is why you fly Air Azores. And this is why you fly, oh God, it smells. This is why you fly Air Azores. This is why you fly Air Azores. And this is why you fly Air Azores. Thanks for watching. See you in the sky.
This guy, probably not flying Air Azores.